Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Let me have my hands free. Good morning. Good morning and welcome to all of you. Good morning at home or wherever you're coming in from. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living Cultural Coast. I'm Theresa and I am really happy to see you. I didn't know if anybody would be here this morning. And I really didn't know if anybody would be able to tune in from home either. I mean, maybe Austria, maybe Kansas City, maybe there's a few of you in Virginia, a few of you not in Florida that were tuning in. So it's wonderful to see those of you that came out to be here with us this morning. I'm happy we're here, and I think we all kind of want to just do do we want to do a sigh of relief, a collective sigh? I don't know about you, but I imagine you're feeling very similar to I am. I have been kind of a yo-yo, feeling like I'm going back and forth between immense gratitude and the presence of God and just the joy of life and the good that I have, and complete and utter horror, sorrow. One of the things that dawned on me this morning when I was driving in, my mother-in-law and I were in the car, and we're on the interstate, and we're looking at the SUV in front of me and the tractor-trailer truck with the cab of it next to him. And I'm saying 15 feet above flood level. What is that? Can we imagine what that is? That SUV in front of me is probably 6 feet tall. That tractor-trailer cab is not twice as high. I can't fathom. Can you fathom? Can you fathom what 15 feet above flood level is? Can you fathom what it looks like on State Road 70 or 64 out east, or Clark Road out east going to Sebring, what it looks like in Arcadia and Zolfo Springs? Can you fathom what it looks like in Sanibel? Can you fathom what that would look like on Siesta Key? Most of us can't. I'm going to pull you out of that real quick. This month, our theme is finances. Awe and wonder around our finances. Can you fathom what it is to have all your needs met, to be wealthy, comfortable, and have all your needs met? Many of us can't, because we can't fathom it, because we have no context of really how good life can be. We have no context because we haven't experienced it. We haven't seen it. We haven't seen 15 feet above flood level. We don't know what that looks like. We haven't seen our beloved town destroyed because we live 30 miles north of the devastation. I don't have all the answers, but I have a lot of wow. I have a lot of wonder and curiosity and awe welling up inside of me constantly right now. Constantly. We can only create, and that's what we talk about here every Sunday morning, is that our minds create our experience. And we can only create to the level that we can comprehend, that we can imagine, that we can understand, that we can grasp, that we can have a mental equivalent of. I'm going to challenge you this month to expand that mental equivalent. to expand it. We have a lovely morning. It's our first Sunday. So I didn't even prepare an agenda. And I know I'm working with pros in the spiritual realm and the musical realm because I didn't prepare an agenda. I want us to be fluid with your needs and our needs, and even at home. I have my phone here. I'm going to be checking Facebook. I want to hear from you this morning, and I will be checking my phone. I want us to have some interaction. I want to know where you are, where your heart is. There's going to be a space in the service this morning where I'm going to ask for prayer requests. And we're going to do it right out here in front of God and everybody, okay? Yeah, that's what we're talking about. So with that, let's just start off with another big sigh. Oh my God, that feels so good. Let's do one more. Breathing in. I smell that coffee on the inhale. Do you smell it? Oh, life is good. What I know is I truly am immersed in, surrounded by, made of, filled with, overflowing with this thing called God, life, spirit, source. It's a creative energy, an intelligent energy, and it's an unconditional, loving energy. Feel into that. Allow your imagination to run wild. Imagine the greatest love you've ever felt. Breathe that in and magnify it 100 times. So much love. So much love. There is this invisible realm, the source of all life, the infinite, invisible, that which all life comes from. It is infinite. Immense. Beyond our imagination. But this moment we stretch. Stretch and stretch. To know God, to know good in the midst of a hurricane, in the midst of devastation, in the midst of our greatest needs, in the midst of our despair, in the midst of our joy, in the midst of great love, in the midst of community. Feeling into that connection, to that presence that never goes anywhere, that never leaves us. Never leaves us. I am eternally grateful and in awe of that which comes with force from the infinite invisible into this realm of the visible. I call it forth as good. Claim it now, and so it is. So be it. All right, Bobby, what you got?
Well, thank you for that, Reverend Theresa. I'm going to do a song from Lucas Nelson, who was one of Willie's sons. And I think he was, I'm interpreting this as a New Thought song. It's called Don't Lose Your Mind. And he'll say some things because you're not real. Don't waste your time with people. What he's talking about, I think, is don't waste your time with negative thinking. You are in charge of what your mind is doing. So that's the way I'm looking at this. So if it doesn't sound exactly like that, you interpret it however works for you. Don't lose your mind. Let your thoughts control you. I tell myself this all the time, 'cause you're not real. Don't lose control. I speak it like a mantra, like lightning before thunder. You're not real. You're not real. When the world comes crashing down, my heart becomes my savior. I'm hiding in its arms, 'cause you're not real. Don't lose your soul. Don't waste your time with people. I don't care who looks at me, what they say, 'cause they're not real. They're not real. Work hard for life. Don't act like you deserve it, though you know it could be true. The world you know can end on you. Don't lose your mind. Don't lose your mind. Your mind. Don't lose 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 your mind.
I love that guy. Not just that guy, but Lucas Nelson. Yeah, I'm a big fan. I'm doing the reading this morning because our reader is on a jet plane, and she didn't know she was the reader when she got on the jet plane because I didn't do the schedule until last night. So, so I'm doing the reading this morning. And this is from the Science of Mind textbook. It's page 258, and Ernest Holmes is writing about weather conditions. So I wanted to share this with you and see how appropriate it might feel. He writes, "Pure spirit is not and cannot be governed by any weather conditions whatsoever. All weather is a manifestation of spirit, a flowering of the divine in sunshine, in shade, in rain, and in clouds." So he's encouraging us to say to ourselves, throughout the textbook, he gives us little meditations, little mantras. So this is what he has for us. I am in complete unity with all. I am in complete agreement with all, and I enjoy all. There is no congestion in the weather and none in me. There is no confusion about the weather in my thought. I have no fear of any kind of weather, since I know that I am one with all. Just wondering if we can believe that. I have no fear in any kind of weather, since I know that I am one with all. I love the clouds, the rain, and the sunshine. I am one with heat and with cold. I am unified with humidity, with dryness of the atmosphere, and with sunshine and shadow. Every atom of my body responds to this understanding that changes in weather conditions are but variations of the one life, but different manifestations of the one God, appearing to me in many forms. Each and every one of the forms I love and feel my unity with. Again, that's a tall order. Each and every one of the forms I love and feel my unity with. I love the heat of the desert and the dampness of the ocean. I feel physically complete and harmonious in every climate. I do not condemn any kind of weather, for all are part of myself. Wow. I am one with all. I love all and I feel comfortable in all. Every belief that I may ever have that I have ever had that says I am afraid of weather conditions is now vanished from my thought forever. Yeah, breathe that one in. It is no more and therefore can no longer operate. I know and feel my freedom. In this freedom, I rejoice. Science of Mind doesn't teach fantasy. Some of that might feel like it today. But it does teach what that song was singing. It is in our minds, our control to lose it or not, to reframe or not, and how we reframe. I'm going to turn it over now to Annie Williams is here with her bowls and also her hurricane buddy, Hannah. And of course, Bobby's going to accompany him.
Thank you, Theresa and Bobby, and thank you for showing up. This was one of those Sundays that I said yes to some time ago and had no idea how important this is. And I hear this is the month for finance, and I'm going currency, current, sound current. Of course, sound is currency. So to me, I am delighted to be able to share my currency with you. So I would like very much for you to get in a comfortable place, your legs uncrossed, your feet flat on the floor, your arms comfortably in your lap, and breathe in this beautiful air and take that in and let it out with a sigh, please, and then let it out with a groan. Ah, yeah, now let it out with an om. And just take that in for a moment. And if it's comfortable, close your eyes. And we're going to be on the currents of sound waves from our biggest friends and family, the crystal bowls. So if you feel like you want to make a gnome, an om, or a groan, or a hum behind the bowls, do that, because your voice is so important to your own healing. And let that sound resonate within you as you set your intention for whatever it is you need today with the healing sounds of sacred sound harmonics. Thank you.
remain in this beautiful meditative space. As we delve a little deeper into the process of the mind, our individual use of mind, and how we think and perceive. During the silence, did we hear noise overhead? Was it intrusive? Did we remain in the vibration of the beautiful bowls or pick up the sound of the birds? It's a function of the mind, our thoughts. And what we choose to do with the information that we're given. Can we now be in a place of awe and wonder? In the aftermath of Hurricane Ian, can we think back to where our thoughts were as we heard the wind outside, as we maybe saw things fly through the air? Where were our thoughts? Life is filled with both life and destruction, both creation There's great power in this thing called life. Hurricanes feel unstoppable, unpredictable, yet our thinking about it is completely within the realm of our control. So now as we begin cleanup and assessment of property damage, shifting through the chaos, moving through the crisis, what wants to arise? What has our focus right now? Listen in to what's calling within. For what I know is no matter what the raging winds, the storm of life may bring on the exterior, there is that which in that always remains calm. It is the I, it is the wisdom, it is that which has never been violated, that which is never taken off center. It's that higher self, that living spirit, the self with the capital S. It is the light and the love. It is simply unchangeable. Feel into that now. And bring to this place of stillness the thoughts of chaos. Images of destruction, ideas of devastation, whatever they may be, in relationship, in our finances, in our health, in our physical possessions, whatever it is. Let us come to this place within of stillness. Place of connection. and to this place within that is untouchable, unchangeable. We create our mental image, the highest idea, the greatest possibilities for ourselves, for our friends, for our loved ones. And so at this time, I'd like to ask that if you do have a prayer request, something on your heart, some place where you want to see a shift in your life, go ahead and speak that. Those of you that are on Facebook, I'm watching for your prayer requests right now. So go ahead and speak into this beautiful space that we've created together.
Inner peace.
Peace. What I recognize is right here and right now is the fullness of the divine. Right here and right now is that creative energy, is that infinite possibility for each and every one of us to step into the fullness and the freedom of living a life that is fully expressed as the incarnation of the One, as a spiritual being having a spiritual experience here on planet Earth. And what I know is that within each one of us, there is an inner strength. There is a peace that passes all understanding. So I invite it, I command it now to be more visible in our lives in every possible way, to show up as strength when we need it, in our relationships, to do what needs to be done in our lives. I affirm for each one of us clarity as we move forward in the days ahead. Clarity and the ability to have communion with this divine source of life itself, communion with spirit in every aspect of our lives, as we walk through every day, in every relationship, in everything that is before us to do, that we commune with the Spirit before us and within us and all around us. There's a power in that knowing who and what we are, and I affirm that for each one of us here and now. And in that knowing is the complete and total release of overwhelm. A complete and total release of that which has in the past burdened us, that which has held us back, that which has kept us small, kept us down, kept us feeling ill, sick, resigned to having less than the best in life. Ease and grace, balance and compassion. Rise now into our minds, our thoughts, our hands, our words, our deeds, our actions, so that indeed each and every one of us rise to our spiritual truth of who and what we are and what is ours to do. And not only do we rise in mind, but in body as well. I affirm right here, right now, a complete and total healing of the mind and body, and the connection to Source itself. I affirm for each and every one of us that Source, infinite supply, never leaves, and is the absolute source and resource, the vitality and the energy, the ideas, the grand ideas, the abundant ideas for what it is that we need. I affirm this path, this communion is clear. The way is made straight. All the crooked places are made straight. All the doors are open here and now. Open hearts and minds. We step into our greater good, our truth. I recognize in this the rush of help, of resources, the humanitarian aid and the spiritual insight, and the way is made clear for everyone. And in this I also know patience and tolerance for all who yearn for a greater level of comfort as we deal with the adversities of life. Spirit's flowing. Its good is known. And so I can release this word, knowing in the mind of God. Our needs are met. Our good is here. And with great gratitude and thanksgiving, I release and celebrate. And join me in saying, and so it is. So it is. Amen. So be it. It is done.
Ooh, good morning. I would have to say for myself, this morning has been full of insights from the reading from Ernest Holmes about the nature of nature and weather and all that, and to this, the meditative space that we're in, and the idea of flow. And I talk about flow, but during the storm as it was coming in, we were watching the palm trees. And we look out across this area that the center is meeting in this morning. And I was watching the palm trees and thinking, and I turned to my wife and I said, look at them. They're going with the flow. They're going with the flow. Yes, there are palm tree fronds all over our area, but very few palm trees on the ground, because as the wind got stronger, the fronds flowed with the wind. When things aren't going well in our lives, we're not in the flow. We're somehow fighting the flow. We're moving against the flow. We're not moving with it. Finances, money, whatever, it's all energy. And how do we move with that? There was a wonderful talk I heard from Robert Schuller where he taught, it was titled Peak to Peak. P-E-A-K to P-E-E-K. Theresa mentioned, can we imagine 15 feet above sea level? Robert Schuller would say, if you can see 6 feet, maybe climb up some stairs to 6 feet and see what the view is from there. Now you see higher. You can climb up to 7 feet, 8 feet, 9 feet, 12 feet, 15 feet. I think the ceiling in this room at the peak of it, is about 12 feet. And if there weren't any buildings in all of this land where the hurricane just went through, if there weren't any bridges, all we would have is nature renewing itself. So nothing's really been devastated other than the things we've put in nature's way. So the things that have survived have gone with the flow. So really about supporting this center, to go with the flow of seeing yourself supporting, because you are supported, because you are in the space of the oneness of the whole that is Spirit expressing in, through, and as you. To have that confidence of Spirit, to know that indeed all of our needs are met. So if we can be in that space of sensing that all needs are met, then we start to experience the wealth of the realm of Spirit. So as we prepare our tithes, our gift, our offering, and prepare our energetic support of the Center for Spiritual Living Cultural Coast, we step into that flow, we step into that knowing, we step into that confidence of being that is the truth of who and what we are, the truth of whose and whom we are. That we stand in it, we relax into it, we move with the flow of it, and know that all is well and all is growing and flowing in, through, and as us in every moment. I am grateful for the giver, grateful for the gift, and so it is. Namaste.
Oh, thank you, Reverend Emil. Let's sing together. I receive the gift of life and pass it on. I receive the gift of love and pass it on. I receive the gift of joy and pass it on. I receive all good and pass it on. I receive the gift of life and pass it on. I receive the gift of love and pass it on. I receive the gift of joy and pass it on. I receive all good and pass it on.
Thank you. Thank you. I love that. Reverend Emil, thank you so much. The idea that nature does regrowth. It knows how to do regrowth. Our bodies know how to do regrowth. So I'm knowing for our community that we know how to do regrowth, and we know how to help our neighbors do it. I think that a lot of times that is really what disasters call us into our very best, right? They call us into our very best. So I'm throwing it out there. I've put it already on Facebook. If there's anyone in our community that you know that needs our help, please let us know. We want to try to do whatever we can. And I don't know again, I don't have all the answers, but I get to help organize, maybe. That could be a hub of taking information and seeing what we can do. I know there are a few I have heard from a few that there are some needs. So we will see what we can do financially. We will see what we can do putting hands together, manpower. I know that guy right there has a chainsaw. So I pointed him out. And so let's see what we can do to help one another. Please let me know. At home, too, please let me know if there's something we can do. I've been in touch with people in Cape Coral. We have a CSL in Cape Coral. There's one woman that lost everything. There's been no structural damage to their building, but they lost some lights and their signage and stuff like that. One woman had to leave her home because it was so unstable, and she literally found a refrigerator that was floating and stayed on the refrigerator for a while. Wow. So how can we help? How can we help? I mean, obviously we can pray, and we do, but what else can we do? So I need you to let me know. I know the garden, our organic garden, suffered some damage. I was out there yesterday, and so we're gonna have a community rebuild day, and I'm already thinking, we'll supply the lunch and some manpower, some hands and hearts to go out there and help them rebuild what they've started. Anyway, with that, I'm just grateful. I'm grateful you're here. I don't need to belabor. You can look at the stuff that's over on the tables before you head out. If there's a survey over there on that, I'd love for you could put your ideas about. I look at those every Sunday. You know what? Somebody filled out one of those last week, told me they were going to volunteer for everything. I'm telling you, they checked every box and they didn't put their name on there. You can't be anonymous and volunteer. I don't know how to help you with that. So if you did that last week, you're going to have to fess up and come tell me. Glad I remembered that. I'm not joking, it happened, so for real. So I would love, because I want you, whoever you are, yeah, come on. You checked every box. I love you all. I love our community. I'm so grateful thank you. I guess I owe you a debt of gratitude to let me stand up here and drone on and you listen to me, and I love you. I love you to let me do what I do. Pardon? Good, great. And Rebecca gets here and makes coffee for us and brings in bagels, so make sure you stay and drink and eat, please. Please stay and drink and eat. What you got to close us out, Bobby?
We're going to close out with a song called I Release, and if you know it, please sing along. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide, and I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit, and I'm only here for God. There was a time in my life thought I'd have to do it all for myself. Didn't know the grace of God was sufficient. Didn't know the love of God was at hand. But now I can say, if you are discouraged, struggling just to make it through to let it go, let it all go. And this is what you have to say. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide, and I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit, and I'm only here. Let's sing it one more time. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. My heart is open wide. I am only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit, and I'm only here for God. I am free in the Spirit, and I'm only here for God.